Alright, hello everyone. So, this is going to be the VTuber drawing video. There was a poll on my Twitter, which, just adjust my mic one sec. Okay, there we go. If you are not following me on Twitter, I have the link underneath every video. But anyway, I had a poll there asking people who or what I should draw. The choices were, from what I remember, either myself or a VTuber, a generic anime girl, and then something else. And the votes came in and people wanted me to draw a VTuber. So what I did is I went to a random thing picker and I put every Hellola member's name in there, and I'm about to see who I get. So let's find out. Alright, it looks like today we're going to be drawing Pekora. So, for anyone who doesn't know Hellola, Pekora is the rabbit girl. She's really cute. Also, she is a war criminal. So, yeah, war criminal. I will look up some reference pictures of her, and if I can figure out how to show it on the stream, I will show you what I'm using for a reference. But for anyone who's familiar with Hellola, it is just the default model that she has. Maybe I can copy it into... Let's see. Okay, yep. And because I copied the image directly into Paint, it's going to have weird residual artifacts. Alright, so some of the white spaces are currently gonna be weirdly pixelated. Oh. Okay, how would I go about importing this? Okay, we're gonna add display capture. This, no, I want to add a window. Okay. Window capture. Name it Paint. Okay, there we go. I am really glad it knew. This is what I wanted. So I will leave this at the bottom here. Hopefully it won't be in the way too much, but you'll be able to see when I do things like... yeah, okay, so that didn't change the window very much for you guys. So I have it open in like half of my screen right now. And you'll be able to see if I like zoom in, if I look around, if I'm focused on specific parts of her model, things like that. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna leave her just here, because the first thing we need to do is come up with a pose of some sort. So, again. It seems like this song in particular is always playing. I have a playlist of music that someone has graciously allowed for us to use in live streams and videos. I hope videos. And it seems like it's always that one for some reason. Great. I've just noticed I am not in my paintbrush. I am in the blender, but that's okay. This kind of works. This is gonna be a peko head. And usually when I'm drawing kind of freeform like this, I tend to decide on what the pose is going to be based on how the circle comes out. So right now, to me, it looks like she's looking this way. So probably I'm gonna come make this median line right here. Which means her chin will come over here. On the other side, and go like that. So the way I tend to do line art is in multiple layers. So this first one is like a super sketch, like what is my idea for this picture? So although it's always important to get your anatomy right and get it right the first time, for this one I'm a little bit more flexible. Pekora has some human ears. And so the eye band comes around here. First eye probably be somewhere here. Off the edge. This is not a perspective that I'm super familiar with when I'm drawing, so this will be a little bit of a challenge for me as well. Pekora is one of my favorites, although depending on the day and what's going on, and you know, if you ask me, probably I will always tell you that all of them are my favorites. Mostly I'm filled with a lot of admiration because they all work super hard. Just looking at the picture, I'll zoom in for a moment. See, Pekora's eyebrows are really just kind of circles, so what I was just drawing there wouldn't work. This is more like what her eyebrows. There we go. Now I'm gonna flip it over. Yeah, it looks mostly okay. Might change this angle a little just because I can see when I flip it over that kind of smushing. And once I feel relatively good about some of the decisions here in terms of spacing and stuff, I tend to just come in and erase this light thing. I'm never going to get rid of all of it because it's all in the same layer, but that helps me kind of see what it's going to look like. So, I think I might do for a hue. I think what I might want to do is have her holding her rabbits, and I wish I knew what they were called. I've tried looking them up before. I'm sure they have a name, just like her scarf is named Dawn. Dawn 10. Don't know, and that makes it hard to look it up. Okay. Yeah, that looks it. Next thing I am drawing, and I'm trying to figure out the pose. Usually, first of all, I come up with a better plan before I start. It's kind of off the cuff a little bit because I just picked Pekora and I didn't know she was who I was going to be drawing. Does, to me, this pose kind of looks like, regret this, but it looks like she's looking kind of over her shoulders at us. Pretty immediately, I wish I had done it differently because this feels like a big challenge. That's okay. Now, we will do it this way. The idea being she's holding her rabbit other side body. One of her rabbits. So, sometimes this perspective can get a little bit tricky. I know I am not super intuitive with it either. But this arm and all of this stuff on the other side. Won't actually see that in the end. So now looking at it, it looks like her head might be too far tilted back for this. Very flexible. Yeah, I don't like any of that. So that's okay. I will switch to my pixel brush now. Just come in all of this stuff that I just did. It would be nice. An artist who is more talented than I am is certainly able to do that. I need more practice. In part, that more practice is why instead that she's kind of sideways already. I kind of get the feeling a lot of like watching me do this is don't do what I'm doing. Don't draw the way I draw, because I draw really, really badly. The end result isn't the worst. It's not the greatest, it's not the worst. But the amount of effort I go to do these things is unnecessary. Like, if I had a better setup to start with, and better grasp on anatomy and all those things, like, we wouldn't be struggling here with the poses and everything. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to get advice from this video. Don't. The only advice you should get from watching this is what you shouldn't do. But that's okay, because the more I do these, the better I'll get. Someday, I'll have advice that you can follow. And there are probably still parts here that do work. Let's see. So, the next step, I'm going to make a new layer, because I know she has a bunny here. That's going to be so cute. Oh, that's going to be so cute. I love it. I love it already. Okay, I don't have a reference of the bunnies ready, so I'm going to take just 1 second. Search for one. And again, it's hard because I don't know the name of them. But that's okay. I wish I knew the names, because what I'm getting for results are like Bugs Bunny. I do have the Pekora story rap. I don't want to play because that's not my music to play. But those are not the bunnies I'm thinking of. How do I find this? There is so much artwork for Pekora. That is so cool. I think I found something that will at least give me a little bit of something. Usagi. Okay. I think that's the fan name too. Are the bunnies supposed to be us? If so, that's really cute. Super cute. Okay. So this is another person's artwork. I am going to reference it. I'm just specifying before I paste it in. But see, this is someone else's artwork. But what I really want to focus on and what I'm using it for is this rabbit, Nusagi, the Nusagis. So that is all I'm using it for. But they looked like they had some beautiful art. We'll put this here now. And I like this expression. I think I'm going to keep that expression on the Nusagi. Maybe I won't give them a mouth. It'll depend. And here, down here. Nice. That looks good. Good, I like it. Other ear over here. And carrot. Put the carrot there and then erase out the part that'll be behind her. I don't like this mouth at all. Maybe do it that way. There we go. Oh, that looks so cute. Okay, I like that. Now, I'm going to save real quickly because I just realized I didn't. And because I didn't save, I don't want to show off the files on my computer. So I'll pull this out real quick. I'll name it Pekora fan art. And now that I've done that, I will bring the picture way back. Get much smaller. Okay. There we go. Now that it's saved, I can save more often. This program does crash on me sometimes, usually when I've tried to use too much of my memory. As you can see, I'm not really the best at closing things out since I have like all of these up here, but that's okay. Okay, so now we have one of her little tendrils of hair come down here, another on the other side come down there, and her bangs go this way. Have that with another little one right there. And they in the center, so probably around there. Yeah, that looks good. Now it's similar, but not the same on the other side. That piece that way. Back. A little bit puffy, sticky outy. That's an official art term. Her hair is puffy, sticky outy, where her braids go. And what I'm going to do for her braids is first I want to come up with a direction for them. So this will be the starting point, and I don't like that. So we're going to do this a couple of times until I come up with a direction I like for them. I kind of liked it when it was out more. That's not really how they fall. I like it. Now her other braids over here start there. They'll come out that. Okay. Now braids are a little bit my eternal enemies. But you start with this kind of shape just to get the outside shape of it. Do that on both sides. This much I do know. It's the inner part that makes it tough for me. She has little bows right there. And looking at her design, she really has a super iconic design. See why so many people draw her. She's just fun to draw. Very pretty. Okay, so now each braid has a centerpiece like this. The other side comes out like that. It does get a little tricky because spatial things are not the easiest. The typical way I do a braid is I have like this kind of setup. I'll just go like that and call it good enough. And it does communicate the idea of braid, but these top ones, this top braid doesn't really meet in the middle like that. If you look, zoom in a little bit more on her braid specifically. See, it comes like this, and it's not like it's tied off in the middle. There's no like hair tie here. It's just a braid coming off of her hair. And that does change the shape of it. Right, that looks a little bit over here too. There we go. It does have a little bit more here. Volume for her hair. Now the same done over here, of course. I have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. That worked out really well. Not intentional, but it should have been. 4, 5, 6. And then a little bow over here. And then hair come over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one's further away. I'll just do that for now. Trying to get too far ahead of myself. Okay. That's good. Looks like this design will take up most of the canvas. So. She does have some really fluffy gloves. I'll put the fluff out there. And we can't really see her shirt. Can see on 10 though. There's important detail is his left side comes over the right side. Left over here comes over. Now we do have a really good view of her pocket carrot. Sorry, I'm laughing because I remember the time where she told people she weighs 3 carrots, but she has 2 carrots in her ear and 1 carrot in her pocket over here. So I think she might have been being a little modest, but yeah, told her any. Little carrot top design right there. Might actually just be far enough down. You can put a little bit of the fuzzy coating on the outside there. a lot of fan art really just paying a lot of attention to the details. And that does not have a carrot, but it does have an imprint of a carrot. There. Here. Portions aren't quite, because I don't have enough space left. So really the fluff should be a little bit lower. The dress should be a little bit longer, or the pockets should come up higher. And looking at it really carefully, I can see that the pocket is too low. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy that, and then I'm going to select it. I'll move the new layer up a little bit. We'll have to move this one too. One thing at a time. Now, come back to this original layer. I'll just erase out the old one. Again, I'm not going to be super careful with my erasing, just because this is just the base sketch for it. Down, and we can complete the carrot now, which is nice. It looks super cute. I'll make this a little smaller again because it did get a little bigger. And here, this is where the pocket will be. I think I can just redraw the carrot. I don't need to copy and paste it over. I'll do that, and then I'll erase it out on this side. There we go. Alright. Now let's see. We have to put the carrots in her braids over here. Now, this will be one of the carrots. They go in the hair here, and then come out over there. Same fluffy carrot top. And then this next one comes in this bottom braid right here. And comes out the other side and also has a fluffy carrot top. Carrots look really, really precarious, like they're gonna fall out at any second. We're gonna come up to her ears. I think forward. That, like there. That. Drawing is so much fun. Especially fun when you can get the ideas you've had in your head, get them out onto paper. It takes a long time, a lot of practice before you can do it, but it's really nice. I wouldn't say this is exactly what I imagined. Looks pretty good. Pretty close. The other part in art, although you're drawing a character, make it your own in some way. Everyone's interpretation of a character is different. That's what makes it really cool. I want her to be kind of smiling. I think I'm gonna put in her eyes a little more detail before we switch to doing line art. want to have her up. Okay. Again, like before, I'm not going to worry too much. Portions. So, I strongly encourage everyone else in the world but me to do that. I encourage myself to do it too, but I've been trying for a long time to persuade myself that I should, and it hasn't worked yet. What I normally do to overcompensate, because I know I have this issue, is I'll do this, save it, merge all of these layers down. Not that last one, because that's the white background. I'll name this sketch. Now, when I go over it, I'll make sure that I'm doing it mirrored, that it looks okay mirrored. This actually, typically when I do this, this is not the final line art sketch, this is just the next step. So identify immediately, like right here, that's too far forward. If you're looking at like, basically, she's like a diamond shape with her pointy pigtails. Don't have this part come out to here, because then it starts looking wonky. And also her chin is too far back. So those are some areas that when I do this next set of lines, I'm going to be kind of paying a little bit of extra attention. Start here. Like I said, this right here is kind of why you don't do things the way I'm doing it, because most people would be able to move on to their main line art now, but because I didn't take care earlier, I have to make up for it now. Some things I do like to try to sort of get finalized right now. The eyes. Get like the shape and direction. Right. A little bit. I'm not a super big fan of that. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Okay, we'll come back to that. This also usually happens where I have one eye I think came out really good and another that I think looks horrible. Unfortunately, I'm not the best ever artist ever lived, and I wouldn't even make the top like 700 million. But that's okay, because I'm enjoying it. And every time you try drawing something, especially things you've never drawn before, you learn something. The next time I go to draw Pekora, I'll already have the experience I have now from it. I'll make it just a little easier. Plus, I just like drawing it. Even if it never looks anything like what I'm trying to draw, still just want to draw. That looked very playful there for a moment, like she was sticking out her tongue. Kind of like. Although I try to do like work out, but a lot of this isn't working out right now. That's okay. I'll flip back and forth. Now you just put in enough time. Eventually you'll end up with something that looks really nice. It is the eventually though. Try that. That looks any better. The other cool thing about being on a computer with so many different layers for your art is that if we do find that something like this works better, but then it throws everything else out of proportion, we can just resize pieces until they work well. That's the bright side. I don't know why this isn't looking as good as I'd like. Maybe I just haven't looked at Pekora enough. But either way, I want to select new colors. Either way, I have a cool opportunity here to work on and improve skills. So what I might do, I might get this next pass done. This. And then maybe I'll finish it up on my end, let you guys know how long it took to finish it up, just because I can already tell there's going to be a lot. Don't necessarily want this to be like a forever long video, but I definitely maintain that there is a lot of merit in continuing to try things, continuing to practice, even if you don't have the skills to get to where you're going yet. Because if you don't practice, you never get those skills. They won't just show up one day. You have to keep working for them. And that's really a lifelong skill in anything. Like today, I'm talking about art, but it applies to anything. You want to get a specific degree, you put in the work. You don't automatically know how to do those things. If you did, you wouldn't be in the part of life where you're at right now. It's just fortunate downside of being a person or a giraffe person. But yeah, I guess the takeaway is it's not just the fun things that you need to put a lot of effort into and that you need to practice to get. It's all of the things. Everything in life is a matter of practice. I remember it took me a while to realize that, actually. But everything is a matter of practice. Like even the things that by the time, like 5 or 6, you consider really easy, drinking from a cup or being toilet trained, like those were all things we had to learn once too. So now, be gentle with yourself. If you once upon a time had to learn even how to do something that you consider so easy nowadays as use the bathroom, you can take a little bit of time, gentle with yourself while you're learning an entirely new skill that requires a ton of hand-eye coordination or diligence or skills that you haven't developed yet. Really important to remember for yourself that they're not skills you don't have, they're not things you can't do. Skills you haven't developed yet. It's called growth mindset. You're in school right now. Probably heard that a lot because people are talking about it a lot in school. All the teachers will probably tell you, like, it's growth mindset, it's important. But they won't mention why. Or if they do, they'll have like some sort of statistics or whatever. But the reason that it's really important to have growth mindset, one, it's really important to practice it because, like everything else, you don't have it by default. You have to learn how to have the growth mindset. But two, it's also just what you need in order to do anything in the world. Literally anything. You have to be willing to practice, to try, to learn, change. It's really easy when we're not immediately successful with something to go, oh, I knew it, I can't do it. But you can't do it yet. Doesn't mean you'll never be able to do it. And there are a lot of amazing things that people can do once they give themselves permission to not immediately know what they're doing. Because if you feel like you should already know what you're doing, pretty immediately you set yourself up for failure because your expectations are so high that you go, oh man, if I don't already know how to do this, then there's no point in trying because I already have failed. But miss out on all the really awesome growth, learning, and basically the entire journey. Oh. Tragedy of this hand I just drew, that I drew it backward. Thumb not be on the inside. Oh, it looks so nice though. Oh well. Did I make any link for it? No, I didn't. I like it a lot. See if I can do something mirroring it. Probably not. Just because it's where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It's because it's angled the wrong way. So. And if I attach it there, it's still wrong. Oh well. I do like it, but that's okay. And this is a good example. Like, I really like that hand. Not right. So instead, getting rid of everything, I'll keep what works, do it right, because it will be much more if I done it correctly. There we go. Still looks good. Now it's also correct. But if I told myself I can't draw hands, then I might have been stuck with the one I drew first, or I might have drawn something that didn't even involve hands because I didn't want to take the chance. And I do think that's part of the issue too. People feeling like they have to be good at things the first try. Because there's a lot of vulnerability being wrong, doing things wrong. It's a tough place to be in. really confident, able to tell yourself, show the world too, like, hey, I've done this and it's not the right way, but I'm learning. A lot of things like that on the internet too. Looking for someone to watch stream. Most of us, pretty naturally, myself included, we don't look for the people who are learning how to stream. We don't look for the people who are mediocre at it. We don't look for the people who are developing skills. We look for people who are established. Or sometimes we look for people who are pretty close to established, or like their potential is clear. My thoughts. We should all try to be a little bit more okay. Things not being perfect. Or journey, or the learning experience. That's really what it's all about. This bunny came up so cute. I'm so happy that I found it and I wanted to draw it. Look how cute. Pekora's face definitely needs some work, but I feel like in going over that, I now have something a lot closer. Nice. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential here. So I'm going to merge all these down. I'll rename it Sketch 2. And that was pretty quick. I just looked at how much time we've had in the recording, and it has been about 47 minutes or so. I think probably have time come in and do some line art. Like before, I'm going to be continuing to work on things. Once again, you know, don't do things the way I've done them. You end up spending a lot more time fixing things than you would have spent just getting it right in the first place. And I do feel like her eyes are coming into the shape that I want. I might exaggerate it a little bit, pull the corner out a little bit there, pull this in, that, color it in. We're gonna come back through and add a bunch of detail too. This is not the be all and end all. Accentuate that angle a little bit more than I did in my sketch. A little bit less than I just did there. Pull it up, over. The eyes are definitely my favorite part to draw. Really enjoy it. There's a lot of expression that goes into it. One thing I am noticing though, they are crooked from each other right now. I'll take this one, I'll paste it on its own layer, and I'll come back and I'll erase this one on the same layer. Put my pen back to the size that it was. Select. Start moving around. And oftentimes things like this is how you fix a face, especially if you're noticing that something looks a little weird with it. They are on their own layers now. I am free. Come in. Start doing things. This. Looks. I'll come on to this thing. I like this mostly. I think. Here we go. There we go. Takes a little bit of practice. Face, I think I want it to be still want it to do this thing. Don't want it to be as strange looking, which sounds awful. Okay, make her face like that. This is such a cute place to end it. Her chin, I mean, not the video or anything, but it's difficult. Difficult. It's just difficult. I think it has to go longer. But it looks so cute. Ah, she's starting to look so cute. I don't think I can get away with that. That's exaggerating the proportions a little bit too much. Oh, it's a darn shame though. So cute. So we'll get rid of that. And because I just put a lot of work into erasing that instead of being able to delete the layer, I'll make a new layer. So that if I have something similar happen, I can just delete the layer. That was closer. That. Yeah. It's starting to come together. And for now, I'm going to leave this line here, although we have the little tendril of hair that comes through. Mostly because I don't know in the end where that tendril is going to fall. Better to have the space if necessary. It's starting to come along really nicely. Now her hair. Make a little peak in the center here. So that's where her bangs will meet. Her fringe. I tend to like keeping the hair kind of loose and flowy. This is her outer piece. Now I'll come a little closer. I feel like this might be third or fourth time we've heard this song, but I like it each time. It feels like the finally moving forward song to me. It's a nice sunny day and you're off on your world adventure, whatever you're doing. This is like the part of the movie where the progress is being made and you start feeling like things are going to be okay. What it feels like to me. Okay, last piece. This little thing that comes out that way. There we go. Oh, that looks so much better. Now this will be on its own layer because I realized just now that's actually, whoops, part of her tendrils front, little separating piece here. That. We won't do that. I don't like any of that I just made. That's okay. That's part of art too. Changing your mind about something because it didn't come out the way you hoped it would. Totally something that's part of art. Realizing that you need to fill these in too. That one. It flow a little better. There we go. Trace this part out. That part out. There we go. Now this part, right here, have it connect back up here. And it will stop at her shoulder. This will go behind her arm a bit. I'll bring these. I kind of like that actually. It's further out than I had anticipated drawing it. I like that. Connect those bangs and have that piece there. Oh, that looks so nice. She really is such a cute character design. I totally understand why they haven't changed very much about it since she's started. It's just so cute. Like, how do you improve this? You know? How? I don't know. I don't think anybody knows how you improve this because it's already adorable. On chin. Nice and fluffy, so perfect. Now every once in a while when I'm doing like the final line arting, get rid of the sketch because that's what's going to be left when we're done. If there's something I think is missing, now is the time to fix it. I think that looks good. But it does remind me, I completely forgot. Oh, the hand, right. I've made my peace with it being missing. So. Alright, and the next part, get all these little details in here. Kind of add to it all. Of course, to get her eyebrows. Like it quite that much. I'll come back in and erase that out. Sometimes if I'm struggling to find something I like, I start moving things around. Like I have this mouth higher up. Still don't like it though. And I'll change the angles, I'll change like how far back it goes. Sometimes I'll just put a dot and then I go, okay, that's a good place for it. And that can help me build the shape if I'm struggling. Still don't like that, but that's definitely right. Sometimes weird details can feel like they take most time. Also go comedically big, go like, yeah, there we go, perfect. But for now, I feel like I'm making not face. Come back to it. Now, back, out, face, behind hair, because I'm pretty happy with this hair setup. There we go. Very cute rabbit. Reminds me a little bit of Pippi Longstocking. There we go. This will just be temporary guidelines for grade on that side. Lovely. So nice. Really love those there. Pretty much love like everything about her design. So cute. She is very, very cute rabbit. That and back now, because I don't line art. Then some lines for the carrots. There we go. Do you think in the end, I put those there because in the end I want to stick with more of the style line. Doing a little less detailed lines I think works best for me. Now, before I start, you almost feel like that one. There we go. Okay. It is tough because I think that's a really good angle for the braids. Don't necessarily show. I feel like it really would start around here. what I'll do. Let's do this. Come back. I'll erase that later for the parrot. Erase this side too. Perfect. I feel like this picture is all coming together. So maybe, given that and how much in the beginning I was like, oh no, all of this looks so wrong. Maybe the important takeaway here is to have a little bit more confidence, some more faith in the process. So now that we're here on this side of it, I'm pretty pleased. I mean, there will always be things that we could look at and say, like, is this really the image I have in my mind? But, you know, sometimes those questions are good. Sometimes it's really important to reflect on what you're drawing, especially if you're finding you're in a groove, and ask yourself, like, is this even, like, does this help me toward my goals? But other times, and I think this is one of those times for me, it's important to just be able to be like, you know what? I did good today. Looks good. Now, don't forget, if you are also somebody who's trying to draw things and you feel like you're not where you want to be, remember, it's also important to celebrate where you are. And that as long as you're working on things and you're trying and you keep putting in the effort, you will get closer and closer and closer to where you want to be. It will happen. Now, there's no reason you need to be so hard on yourself. I know we all have that tendency. I know I do. I know people I know who draw do. I think as human beings and giraffe beings and everything, all things, the universal experience where we want to be good at things and we want the world to see things the way we want to express them. When that doesn't match up, it can get very frustrating. It can feel really bad. But if you've gotten closer to what you want the world to see, that's worth celebrating. Even if all you've done, you found something that doesn't work, I would say that's worth celebrating too. There are tons of people who will spend their entire lives trying to make something work that doesn't work. So the sooner that you can identify that something isn't working, so again, this applies to any situation, whether it's personal, whether it's in your job, whether it's art, it might only be related to art, whatever it's related to. The sooner you can find something that isn't working, the sooner you can move on to the thing that does eventually work. It's okay if you sat down today and you were feeling really inspired and you were like, all right, today's the day, I'm gonna do the thing, whatever that thing is. If you didn't get there, it's okay. Just pay attention to what you can take away from it. What did you learn? What has changed? And as long as you can get something, it's been a success. Maybe not the success you were looking for, maybe not the one you thought you were gonna have, but a success is a success. Take something today. Think about what you're proud of. Something you're proud of. Just take it and let it be. Let it be today. It's okay. The rest, the work, the change, all of that stuff, that comes later. Okay? Just be. We are coming up to the end of the video. Oh, because our line art is almost done. Plan videos this week, right? First one would be getting the line art all set up, started. Second one, coloring it in. We have to go to the third video. I put that up on the weekend. That will depend entirely on how far we're able to get. The one thing I can say in reflection is I know way earlier in the video I was feeling pretty nervous about whether I'd be able to actually get this drawing done the way that I could do it on stream. I was worried I might have to line art myself and then go back in a cut, but I didn't. Glad I stuck it out. It's definitely a lot of pressure to perform, and if you're putting a video out there, to have it be the best video, most beautiful drawing, be professional, and to have everything all figured out by the time you hit record. And figure it out as we go. Sometimes it's not to say that when you're supposed to have a plan, you can just go, oh, well, I figured I'd figure it out. That also gets you into bad situations. It's important to think ahead, but it's also important to let yourself not have to think ahead for things to be. If I'm going to a new city and I've never been there before, should I think ahead around how I'm going to travel, how I'm going to find where I'm staying and all that stuff? Yeah, absolutely. I'm posting a little drawing video. I'm just going to hang out and apparently share all of my deep thoughts with you. Do I need to plan that as much? A little. I have to think about like what I'm going to draw, how I'm going to draw it. It's also good to think about like if things aren't working, what's your plan? My plan was to stop drawing for the day on video and to figure things out before I returned. But I didn't have to sit here and like plan everything out meticulously. It was okay just be. It was okay to make those mistakes have them recorded in a video. And not just in like any video, but in a video it's here and is the same video as the success in it. Okay. It's done. Next step. Here's this first. Bring that back. There we go. Oh, that's so cute. This ear actually should be on top here. Drawing it like same thing. So cute. Now, I have to find that original hair somewhere in here. Might be further back than I thought. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Trace this out. Final step, miss anything or lose anything. Get rid of that sketch. Add a little. But all of these things are counted. Like I noticed I forgot her mouth still, so I need to go back and do that again. I also left this overlap here. Sleeve. There we go. Now, give her, yeah. Still don't like start thinking this way. Probably be somewhere in there. Oh. I don't know why this is such a difficult angle for me. It's because either too low or too sideways or not expressive enough. That looks... I definitely struggle this angle. Could do that, and that looks okay. It's not the expression I want her to have. But that's the general area mouth is in. I can definitely that, and it looks okay. I don't know why it's so difficult. Maybe the difficulty is she looks very calm and serene there, and that's not really her character. Anyway, I think this is going to suffice for now. One more just is I forgot leg there. Okay, and I think this will suffice for now. And that means that I'll see you in the next video. for watching today. I hope you enjoy. Bye bye.